The 168-pound champion of the world, IBF, James DeGALE, is pretty good. He defeated Lucian Bute, which a lot of people who cover boxing pretty much knew he would, via unanimous decision. The cards were like 116, 111, you know, things like that. But T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. Now it's about where he goes from here. I'm actually watching the 12th round over again, you know, what's playing in the background. And James DeGALE is good, but I'm not ready to say that he's the best fighter at 168 pounds. For example, I would like to see him fight Arthur Abraham. I think Arthur Abraham would give James DeGALE some problems. We don't know really yet about Bute. Bute has had a resurgence in his career, I guess. He's looked good against Andre Dirrell and Anthony Dirrell, and he looked good against George Groves. And I'm thinking, if it is to happen, because James DeGALE is saying that he wants to fight Bute in April in Vegas in a mega unification fight, I'm thinking it's a fight that can happen. You have Bute, who's a Mayweather Promotions guy. Mayweather is advised by Al Heyman. And then you have James DeGALE, who's a Matchroom Promotions guy, Eddie Hearn, and advised by Al Heyman. So it's a fight that can be made, and it's a fight that has some pretty good money in it. But it's all about, I guess, will Americans really take to the fight? Now, James DeGALE has had his last 2 fights televised in the States. I believe it was PBC on ESPN, no, PBC on CBS, where he fought Andre Dirrell, and then now Showtime when he's fighting Lucian Bute. So that's 2 straight American, well, worldwide, you might as well say, televised fights. And now it's going to be interesting to see, you know, like how Americans take to him, especially if they're going to try to do him versus Bute in Vegas on its standalone card. But I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. James DeGALE did what he was supposed to do against Lucian Bute. Lucian Bute is not shot. He's not a fighter who's done. It's just that Lucian Bute doesn't have the power and the aggressiveness to beat elite fighters at 168 pounds. I can't think of a champion, you know, at 168 that I can say honestly that he can beat. Truth be told, I mean, could he beat a Bute? I don't think so. You know, could he beat an Andre Ward if Andre Ward was still WBA champion, Super World? I don't think so. Could he beat let's say an Anthony or Andre Dirrell? I don't think so. But yet, it's like he's not a bad fighter. You know, he fought a better fight against James DeGALE than he fought against Jean Pascal, but at the same time, he's just not, you know, it's missing something. You know, he's a big draw up there in Canada, you know, which is one of the reasons why James DeGALE went to Canada to fight him. But it's just, where does he go from here? I'm interested to see what James DeGALE does next. It's going to be crazy if he does fight Bute, because this is going to be a champion who is fighting tough challenges along the way, you know, with a fight against Brandon Gonzalez, Marco Antonio Barabon, Andre Dirrell, Lucian Bute, and then if he gets a Bute, that's a pretty impressive run. And then I would like to see him go after maybe a Arthur Abraham in the near future to try to unify the division. I mean, actually fully unify the division and become undisputed, which is something that can be done now that the champions in the 168-pound division can fight each other and no political hurdles stand in the way. Remember, Arthur Abraham, who's the WBO, is managed and promoted by Silent Promotions. They have a good relationship with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn promotes James DeGALE. When it comes to the WBC, as I said, that's Mayweather Promotions. The WBA pretty much is up for grabs at 168. And what belt am I missing? What belt am I missing? We got the WBC, that's Bute, WBO, Arthur Abraham. The IBF is James DeGALE, and the WBA was Andre Ward. Yeah. So I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. You know, it was a good performance by James DeGALE, but he did take some shots from a tough Bute. I guess he's supposed to take shots, right? You know, from a fighter of the caliber of Lucian Bute. Lucian Bute was going to get some shots in, but he just wasn't aggressive enough. And also his fights, like, I mean, his punches didn't really do anything. James DeGale's punches seemed to mean more. And if Lucian Bute would have focused on the body more, you know, I think he would have had a better chance of getting, you know, closer on the cards. But he was never hurt, never wobbled, really did take some clean shots, and he lost the fight. No controversy there, especially since he is the home guy fighting up there in Canada, basically. T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.